that's my caveat when we talk about the world champs curse. I'm like, well, I don't have direct knowledge of this, but from the outside, we might as well jump into it. First race in the jersey, he's gone down. Now, there's no common denominator of crashing. It's just so happened in the jersey, but Sven says it wasn't pressure. I agree it wasn't pressure. He was going for the win. He came in too fast. He said he hit the bump too hard, and that's racing. It's not the jersey. I totally agree.
You know what? It's okay. There's definitely a world champs curse if you look historically, but you could read with stats. You could read anything into anything to support your statement. So we talked about these kids these days. Jackson's still being a kid, and all these riders, they get spoiled so much with not just one world champs custom bike or one custom kit for one race or a world champs race or something. They having new bikes and kits every other race, sometimes every race. So I asked him, do you drop your helmet when you get a new helmet? He's like, he says, why would I do that? I like my helmet's cool. And like he say, he does not feed into superstition at all, which is why in this instance, I don't think there's a world champs curse on the jersey or on Jackson. He just wants to win races. And we can discuss LoIc's approach. Was his fifth or sixth, where did he get place as a result of him getting news of Jackson's crash, and that even if it was subconsciously and not consciously, did he tone back his run because he knew it was a big weekend to gain points, and if he was in the top 10 he was gaining a lot of points on Jackson? Did that, if Jackson didn't crash, would LoIc's results have been better? Probably, even if he will say, no, I rode my run and I made a mistake. But I think subconsciously it would have panned out differently for him. But Jackson was super quick as he is. And if you look at, we speak about people's sector times and we spoke about Pinky and stuff. But even with his crash, you know how hard it is to get up to speed after a crash. Like Pinky is a little bit different because it wasn't hitting the ground. But for Jackson to win Sector 1 and the final sector, so he is the only rider to win 2 sectors, it's safe to say that, okay, there's a lot of sectors missing, but it's safe to say that, he could have, should have maybe won that race. And if he was attacking like he was attacking when he did crash, I know he had changed his line on the rock wall and was doing it quicker on final day than he was doing it in quali, so he wasn't going to lose time there. So it's just, he also knows he's got 2 more races and he adapts quick to new tracks, as we've seen in Latoile. So new track in Plattekill, in Lake Placid. So he's maybe not that fussed to roll the dice and go for the win, and maybe it's going to definitely hurt him in the overall, but he sees it as still 2 more races, so he's maybe not that fussed. Maybe he thinks he can win the next 2 races. Who knows?
No, I think you've summed it up perfectly. I was basically just giving some clickbait on the World Champs jersey. This is a banter because you text me before the thing. It's not a curse. I'm like, of course it can't be a curse. It's one race. You can't. It's not a curse. But
he has a funny story. It's not the World Champs curse, but you remember how long it took PD to win the World Champs? His whole career, he was in the running for World Champs and he got second. Don't know how many times. Same as Miriam Nicole, just second too many times. But he finally gets the rainbow jersey. First race in his life, first time run. I think it must have been a quali. Basically, it was the very first time he put the rainbow jersey on. Was it training? He didn't do a time run. It was like training because he was waited so long. I think he just wanted to do it from first day training. Schladming, 2009, the race after camera. And all of us are like, can't wait, photographers. We nerd out on little things. And one of them that not one of us, Gary Perkin was sitting next to me, have a shot of Steve racing in the, riding in the rainbow jersey. It's something we've all waited for so long. He comes by and we all ready, and he fucking wasn't wearing his goggles. So I'll find the shot for the podcast. The very first photo I have of Steve Pete between the tape in the rainbow jersey, he doesn't have goggles on. What a rookie. What a little Yeah, I mean,
that's so funny, and I think
it was
the thing
almost
with
like he's
PD
doing
that-
it on purpose. He's just like, yeah,
and
guys.
I think the PD story is funny because, like you said, it took so long to get it, and that's probably why it's kind of he kind of made it famous that it could be a curse, because he started crashing so much in that jersey to the point that he started rolling around in the dirt before race runs.
Really?
Like that was kind of the yeah. Did you not hear about that? I think eventually, I mean, I got to check with him, but I remember like eventually it became like a running joke, and it was obviously that year afterwards where he was like on this tour of
Booze
the world,
cruise.
you know, like booze cruise. Like, so this is not comparing. I'm not saying anything about people in the current jersey, because Vali's won many, many, many races in the jersey, and so have everyone else, Danny Hart included. So, but I remember, I don't know where it was, but eventually he just started rolling in the dirt quickly before the run, like, you know, like how you drop a brand new helmet. So,
Yeah.
anyway, I think Jackson took it to LoIc. I think he looked attacking, won the sector, those two sectors you mentioned. He looked like he was going for the win, which I think is a good strategy. Like, the way to get ahead in points is to win the race. That's how he knows he's going to ride. And it was just like a racing error, just hit that section too hard.